Hello. Oh, hated that. I'm back from the Olympic Games. I got back like a day ago, so this is my second full day back at home. And it feels like I've been away for ages, even though it was only like 2 weeks. So the event's still pretty fresh in my mind, but I wanted to go through it because it was an insane experience. Sorry if I sound a bit gross. I've just come down with like an illness, but I'm not complaining because this is like the perfect timing. Thank God that I wasn't feeling like this a few days ago. But sorry if my voice is really annoying. So my plan for the Olympics was to go out for the opening ceremony because I wanted to sort of experience that part of the games. The opening ceremony was pretty insane. It was really good because it made the event feel more real, so I think I was more prepared when I did go back to the village to compete, and also just being in the village to sort of test run it before I was there for competition was really, I think it was like the best plan. So when I got to Paris for the Olympic Games, I had 2 training sessions before my competition day. The first one was at the warm-up wall at Le Bourget because the competition walls weren't open yet, but they set really good boulders for us, so it was a really good session. And then a day later there was another training at Le Bourget, and all athletes had the opportunity to train on the boulder wall and train on the lead wall. Climbing on the lead wall at Le Bourget was really helpful because it's sort of different to World Cup walls, or it felt different for me, just the angles and the dimensions of it, so it was really good prep to get on that. Then after that I had 2 days rest before my competition started with boulder semis. I'm going to rate my performance out of 5 on each block, 0 being that I had no idea what I was doing and I was not confident and I didn't really progress on it at all or learn anything from it. 5 being I executed really well, I was confident and I climbed it really well and I learned from my mistakes. So boulder 1 was the power boulder on the steep bit of the wall. I think I executed the first bit fine. The next bit, not so much. I only got the 5, I only got the low zone. I didn't get the 10. I think I'll probably give that one, I'll give the first boulder a 3 because, hear me out, I executed the first jump fine. The next bit was quite hard and I did it fine. The next move I struggled on, but I tried it slightly differently every time, and I think that I was just not strong enough, but I think that with the strength that I had, I did the most with what I had. Next one was the coordination, I think, the coordination boulder, the blue one. This one I've just got fond memories of because I was able to get the first top of the round and the crowd went quite crazy, which was just really memorable. And I think I did learn from that boulder quite a lot. Each attempt I got sort of higher up. And I think I could have probably done it in a few less attempts, but I'm happy I got the top and I felt good afterwards, so I'll give that one a 4. The third one was the electric boulder, the white one. A little mistake on the paddle dyno to the high zone meant that I didn't flash it. I got it on my second attempt, but I climbed intuitively and I trusted myself. I think that I underestimated the paddle, so I fell off once, but I got back on it and gave it more power. So I did learn from it, so I'll give my first 5 points. 5 stars for me. Fourth boulder, solid 5. I think this one has to be a 1 for me. Probably, I don't know. I don't want to say disappointment because it was a hard boulder, but I executed to the first zone immediately and that was fine. The next bit was extremely tenuous and I think I maybe got a little bit stressed and tried to rush it. and I was almost trying to like climb it too nicely, which just basically meant that I didn't get anywhere on it for 5 minutes. So that was a massive I basically spent 5 minutes on the same move, not good learning. I changed my shoe, which was good, but it didn't really work. It didn't really do anything for me. So I'll give that one 1 out of 5 stars. Lots of learning required after that one. I ended the Boulder semis in 10th place, and for the first time like this whole season, I didn't feel that stressed really. I was confident in my lead, which is massive progress for me because I'm not usually. The lead semis route was really consistent. There were a few moves low down which were a bit unnerving but not overly difficult. The blue section, there were, I'd say, 2 moves which were really hard, but on the head wall I made a bit of a mistake. I'd rested on the blue dishes and sort of forgotten what the next hold was like. I was expecting it to be the one before, which I'd just held, which was like this, and I'd completely forgotten that it wasn't like this, it was like this. So I went to it after recovering a little bit on the blues and completely missed it and tried to hold basically the yellow volume, which was like basically nothing. My performance on the lead route out of 5, I'd probably go for a 4, I think. I think that I could have climbed it more like efficient, but I climbed it intuitively, and I think sometimes my intuitive climbing, or the way that I like to climb, is not the most efficient way. So I've just tried to balance like climbing intuitively and climbing smart, which is quite difficult. When I fell off, I was pretty distraught because I was obviously out of finals from Boulder round, so I knew that I really needed to make up stuff in lead. And there were also quite a few lead specialists below me who could have made up the points ahead of me. And I really thought that I'd probably be 9th or 10th. Me and my coach were expecting me to be 9th or 10th, which was annoying. Thus followed the most horrifying hour of my life because I just had to watch and hope that my performance was enough. And it ended up being enough to put me into finals in 7th place. And I was just like so shocked, honestly. Finals sort of felt a little bit like intense naturally, I think. Me and the coaches and like the physio, I'm really happy with the environment that we made, and it felt really like fun, and like we were all just having a good time and laughing and joking about things, which is really important for me before a competition. The first boulder in finals, probably say a 4 out of 5. I tried to strengthen my way a bit on the first one. I thought it was like a one-armed catch and just slap the volume, but it was unnecessary to do it like that. So I topped it on my second go and it felt fine, so 4 out of 5 stars for the first one. The next one, Boulder 2, the slab, the technical boulder. Wow, I am an absolute legend. Wait, no, I can't say that again. Boulder 2 is the slab, and I'd give myself 5 out of 5 stars for that. I was really confident with my feet, and I did it exactly how I read it. And I fully committed to the spin out and the land, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. I think 5 out of 5 stars. Possibly my most enjoyed boulder of the competition. The third boulder, oh no. The third boulder for me was a 0 or a 1. We'll give myself a 0. It was a physical boulder in the roof. Shock horror. I can't do the physical boulder of the round. I've worked really hard on my compression between Budapest Olympic qualifier and the Olympics, and it feels really good, like this way. But then as soon as I sort of like spin it around, it doesn't feel as good. And that was what this boulder was, and I couldn't get the low zone. I was close one time to getting my left foot over on the jib, but like it felt really desperate and I just didn't feel confident on it. I don't think that I'm strong enough for those types of boulders, so it's really good to have that boulder to show that I'm not at that level yet. So probably the main takeaway from the whole competition. The last boulder was very heartbreaking, to say the least. First bit was just working out. I'm happy with how I worked through those beginning moves. The top move was crazy. I think on the stats it was 2.4 meters from the high zone to the top hold, which is insane at the top of the wall. But it was really fun boulder, and I felt really, really close. My hand was like in the hold, and then the next time I did it, 2 of my fingers were in the hold and it just wasn't quite enough. My performance on that boulder was probably a 4 because I felt like I was close and I was learning from the moves, and I'm confident that I would be able to get that if I worked it just even a tiny bit more. But I managed to get past that for lead, went into lead feeling excited once again. I think that it's probably the most nervous I've ever been on a lead route, and I think it shows in the way that I was climbing. The first bit of the route, I climbed it really slowly, sort of reverted back to me at the start of the season, just like resting on everything, which I just don't need to do. And then, not necessarily a route reading error, I read it like that and I executed it, and I knew that there was another way of doing it, but I think I definitely picked the hardest way of doing it. If you've not seen it, basically when I dropped down into the white pinch, I completely missed the blue screw on, and I'm basically holding like a flared pinch and a crimp that is pulling this way with no feet on. But I recovered and managed to get quite high on the route. I'm proud of how much I fought, because I could have easily been off when I dropped down into that and missed the screw on. And to get like, I don't know how many more moves it was like 4 or 5 clips or something. To sort of recover and get 4 clips higher was like, I was really, really happy with that. I was so done when I came down. That move that I fell off of was just really hard. Yeah, I was just really happy with my fight on that lead route, and I'd probably give my performance like a 2 out of 5. I think, yeah. If people looked at my lead semis route and thought that I was climbing inefficiently, they're not going to like my lead final route, that's for sure, because that was quite bad, I must admit. So after I came down for the lead route, I was like sort of happy, because I really did fight to the living end on that lead route. And I had a feeling in my mind that it wouldn't be enough for the podium, because everybody's like so insanely good that if you make that many mistakes, likely you're not going to be at the top. So I wasn't necessarily surprised when I was knocked off the podium, but I'm trying really hard not to be disappointed. To even be at the Olympics, let alone to say that I'm an Olympic finalist, let alone to say that I'm within the top 5, like, I just know that me 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even like less than a year ago, would not have ever believed it. Everybody in the competition, like, it was amazing to compete with you, all of you, and the finalists, like, just congratulations, because that's such a massive achievement. The medalists, like, what? What? I can't believe it. Yeah, you're at the top. Yeah, to the medalists, like, I don't think you could find 3 more deserving people in, like, to win the combined medals. They've all done so much in this sport, and just so, like, it was a pleasure watching them absolutely smoke me on the lead route. No, Jake. It was just a pleasure to share the stage with you, and I hope that you're like over the moon, because that's an insane achievement and you really, really deserve it. And it was also a pleasure to share the stage with my teammates from Great Britain, Hamish and Molly. Olympians. That's pretty cool, and you really deserve it, and I hope that you're really proud of yourself, because you should be. And obviously Toby, bit disappointing, but no, I'm joking. Olympic champion, like I feel like that's a dream for anyone, let alone someone who's put so much into it, and you're like, yeah, very inspirational and so unbelievably deserving of that gold medal. Coming out of the Olympic Games, I'm feeling very ill, but also I'm feeling like really just like grateful to have had the opportunity. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, but I do want to do the rest of the World Cup season basically. I sort of feel like I'm in a rush to get a World Cup medal, and I don't really know why. It's like such a big goal for me, and for once I feel like it's doable, so I'm sort of just in a rush to do that. Thank you for all your support. Those people at the event were really supportive of me, and people online as well. Thank you so much, it really means the world to me. And obviously, like, my whole support team, my friends, my family and my coaches, it's such a shared victory, because I've learned so much from all of my coaches, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them, so thank you. It doesn't really feel like enough, but there's just too much to say, so that's all I can come up with. Thank you. Thank you also for all the support on this channel so far. I've really enjoyed doing it. I want to carry on sort of bringing you on this journey and sharing my insights, because I also think it really helps me to talk about it. And I will hopefully see you quite soon, and that hopefully I will not be ill. Goodbye, and have a wonderful day.